the car museum's so wonderful. It kind of always has, you know, a base of vehicles, and then you kind of rotate different things in and out, because I don't know how many cars you have.
We have roughly about 30 cars in our collection, but of course we have records of Elvis buying over 200 vehicles, giving most of those away. You know, Elvis was famous for giving cars away because cars were really kind of a status symbol for him. So back in the 50s, when he first started recording, the first thing that he wanted to buy was his own car. It was used. It was actually a Cadillac, and it burned up on the side of the road not long after he purchased it. But yeah, so cars really were kind of the status symbol that he had made it. So Elvis was a huge car guy, and not just Cadillacs, all different kinds of brands, which you can see here in the car museum as well as in our collection. Would you like to take a look?
Well, that's the thing. You know, we get to walk by, and sometimes doors are open and sometimes they're not. This is a special time. We get to open a door and look
I might let you open a door or two.
Ooh, okay. I have my gloves.
You have your gloves on.
What are we in front of here?
This car right here, this probably is one of the highlights of Elvis's first purchases, I guess you could say.
I'm going to do that too.
You're going to just touch it?
Yeah.
This is the very first Rolls Royce that Elvis purchased. 1960 black Rolls Royce. He bought it in California, had it customized, and then brought it here to Graceland. I mean, when you buy a Rolls, you have to have it customized, right? So Elvis would own several Rolls Royces throughout his life, but this was his first. So you know, the first of anything is always your favorite.
As I was walking around the car museum, quick sidebar question. We all are fascinated by the vehicles, but my dad was a tire salesman, you know. After he retired from the military, he had a tire store, and he sold. I'm fascinated by looking around. Do you have difficulty, do you look for vintage tires to...
We do whenever the tires need to be replaced, but knock on metal, knock on wood. Most of the tires that are on these cars are the original tires that were actually on the cars when Elvis owned them.
See, now tire collectors will come and look
and go, wait a minute, but yeah, that's what we've been told, you know, obviously, you know, we're not all around from that time period, but so we try to keep the cars as original as possible. So if there's little scratches or dings and things like that were here when Elvis was here, we really don't want to get rid of them.
That's
because
the life of the vehicle.
It really is.
That was Elvis's vehicle. That's what happened.
And that's what happened. You know, one of the favorite things in the car museum that I love is the John Deere, because it is all dinged up, and that is because Elvis used it heavily. You know,
exactly.
Anyways, so those things tell stories. It gives the cars character.
All right, let's look inside. I know they're going, open the door.
I know they are. I'll let you do the honors, Tom.
Oh, that's good action.
So here's the inside of Elvis's very first Rolls Royce.
Look at that.
You've got the dash, you've got obviously the turntable, you've got the RR on the brake pedal. Little unique things about the car that you just wouldn't think. You know, automatic windows.
For what year vehicle?
1960.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had that technology. And it looks like in the column transmission?
Yes. So nothing but the best.
That's right. Just vehicles. Kids today, you've just missed the era where, you know, first of all, you had the big bench seat that you slid across if you hit the corner pretty well. And just the space, and it wasn't about safety, it was about beauty.
Really,
you know, that dashboard is gorgeous with the wood and all the silver.
No airbags.
No airbags. But you do have, anything happens, you've got plenty of space. But this is just...
all original interior.
And this seems like a really heavy car.
It is. I mean, they don't make cars like this anymore. I mean, a lot of our cars, when you look at them, it's like they're tanks. Literally, compared to today's cars.
What's my miles per gallon on a car like this?
Not very much.
I wouldn't think so. Hauling around.
But then gas back then wasn't, you know, $3 a gallon either.
The thing I love about this is it looks like the kind of car that Elvis can drive and not really be anonymous. I mean, the car itself lends people...
You could see this coming if people would look at it. And that's another thing, that Elvis did drive his cars himself. You know, a lot of celebrities don't. They, you know, get chauffeured around and things like that. Elvis was always the driver. He loved to be in control. He loved to show people his city from, you know, the interstate and things like that. So it was not unusual for him to hop behind the wheel and just take off.
I love the scene in That's the Way It Is, where Elvis is going through the MGM gates. He's driving. Charlie's sitting in the passenger seat, and Richard Davis is in the back seat, and Elvis is driving them to the studio.
Yeah,
that
Elvis
morning.
is their chauffeur.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah. So Elvis really, I mean, he loved to drive. That was, you know, it was kind of, you know, I guess growing up back then and being able to buy your first car and being such a symbol. That was something that's like, I'm driving you around.
Yeah. Okay. A lot of cars in this.
There are a lot of
building.
cars to see.
Look at that. Oh, look at that. That's just gorgeous.